Hello, didn't see you there, sorry about that. You're here to watch a Critical 3 video, are you? Oh, well, welcome. I hope you subscribe, because apparently over 59% of you that are watching this video right now are not subscribed. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. Enjoy the video.
Hi guys, welcome to Critical 3. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Josh. Welcome.
Are you ready?
And action, mate.
Yeah. Are you awake there, mate?
No.
No. Well, just finished. Wee. So, yeah, guys, we're back with another Critically Crap. This time we are watching and reviewing Netflix. Is it Netflix original? Is it? Oh, wait.
It's a Netflix film.
It's a Netflix film.
Yeah.
Netflix,
yeah. I don't know if it's a Netflix original,
Netflix.
but it's a Netflix film. So.
So this time we're reviewing Awake. I've seen it on Netflix, but I knew absolutely nothing about it. It was kind of Josh that suggested we watch it. I think critically it was not very well received. Obviously, if you go on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, it is something that we would class as critically crap. Yeah, so obviously Josh has just finished watching it.
I'll just let you know what the reviews actually are. So, like,
okay.
Rotten Tomato, which is voted by the people, is 31%.
In it 54. Oh, 30. Okay, a lot lower, yeah.
IMDb is 4.8. And Metacritic is 35%. So we kind of, when we're thinking of critically crap stuff, we're trying to find films where the critics are just like slayed it.
It doesn't mean that it's an awful film. It could be. It's one as me and Josh could agree with the critics, or we could be like, what are you on about? This is actually a hidden, it's a good film. So yeah, see Josh, you've just finished watching, so you're a lot more fresh in the head. Kind of go over it. I want to hear your side first.
So Awake, I think the concept is kind of interesting. It's kind of, it's one of those films, and this would be the reason why it's one of the top 10. I think it was like second in the world when it came out, and popular, how popular it was on Netflix and that. I'm just going to say, I never take Netflix ratings. Oh, definitely not. No,
like,
but what I was going to say is the reason as to why it's possibly so popular is because it's kind of an interesting concept. It's one of those that make you go, oh, okay, let's give that a watch. You know what I mean? And it grabs your attention from just that. So I feel like that's why it was popular. That for me would be the only reason why it's popular, because I can't see it being a thing where people go on Facebook and go, or whatever social media, because we're not sponsored by Facebook, whatever social media, and they go, oh, I love that Awake film, that was amazing, that was. I don't feel like anyone would do that. I don't know if you agree with that, but that's my
so that's your initial thought. Do you know what? Right, I was gonna let Josh explain it more, but I'll give you mine. So
I can explain it more if you want to, mate. But I just thought we'll give initial thoughts and then we'll delve into it. I thought that's what I'm gonna do.
Right, so Josh is going. I think Josh is gonna be a bit better at this than what I am, for the simple fact that stuck it on. I probably picked my phone up with it's my fault for like the first 5 minutes. I didn't give it a chance, and then you get the car crash scene. So okay, this is we're cracking off. So this could be pretty good.
So are you going straight spoilers, are you?
Me, I've just got to explain it this way, right? So it kind of goes off pretty good, right? Something's kicking me off, and then nothing really happens. It was just really slow. I was not really interested in characters, and I fell asleep. So I did not watch the entirety of that film. I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and it's 1:30. I awoke or awake. So my initial thought was I was nauseous, and I fell asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm so sorry, George. but obviously, the bits I did see, obviously he's got the guy from Iron Fist, Marvel, in there, which I thought he was okay. Obviously, he's kind of there to explain it everyone to the audience, to try and kind of move the film along to what's going on. It reminded me in the feel of it, and even in some shots, kind of the look, reminded me a bit of Tom Cruise War of the World. If you've ever watched that.
Yeah.
I kind of got that kind
Just,
of... It was like all the...
It's just a cliche apocalypse film.
Yeah. So, yeah, I tell you, it was like all the slow bits from War of the World. It was like that, but for an hour and a half. And I was just...
Not that you know that it's for an hour and a half because you didn't watch it.
Well, no, but I knew how long the film was, but...
Yeah, but it's not like that at all. The first 10 minutes is probably one of the better parts of the film. Then you have the 30 minutes, about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, where it's just kind of character building and really obvious things where this is going to come into play later down the line, and it's just like it's not built into the characters. It's just there to make a thing later in the film. So a point to that is the mum wants to learn how to memorise numbers for no reason whatsoever. She just wants to memorise numbers, and the reason for that is so she essentially, spoilers alert, essentially at the end of the film she can break into somewhere remembering the code from a security guard, mate. It's just little things like that where it's just like, why? It's just stupid. It's just stupid at this point. I don't bloody test my memory every bloody day to remember a code, but I probably could remember like a 4-digit security code to get into somewhere. Do you know what I mean? It was just, I'm trying to think of another example of it where it happened. But there was just a couple of the dialogue. Oh, the dialogue. Oh, yeah. Awful, mate. There was this one really awkward bit. Go on.
I would say that's why I fell asleep. I'm sat there and I'm listening to him. And I'm thinking, I don't care. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, what are you on about? And I think the only character that I kind of liked was the little girl. I thought she was kind of okay-ish. I preferred her. Obviously, the mum was like, I felt like the film wanted you to be on her side, but I just wasn't. I just didn't feel sorry for her. And then the son, he's like, oh, well, you're just... I just found him a bit... Well, I can't... I'm trying so hard not to swear, but I just like, yeah, you're just your typical... I just didn't like him. I really struggled to connect with characters, and like I know it's kind of like I'm doing a half-hearted review here because I did fall asleep and it's not very good, but I think it says a lot when it's just not going to keep you engaged. But yeah, the young girl was the better character. Even Thingy got on my nerves a bit. The Amy who played Iron Fist. Obviously, she's been shouting.
Spoiler alert. He dies, doesn't he? Do you see that bit?
I didn't see that bit, no.
Bloody hell, that was like half an hour into the film. Right. Well, yeah, he basically dies. Spoiler alert to you, Tyler, as well, because you didn't watch it. But he basically gets shot by,
no!
By a police, like a... Oh, right. There is a lot to talk about, and I'd love to rip this film into shreds, because originally this film came from... The whereabouts of this film, and for us to review it, came from my mum, actually, having watched it. She was... I just gave her a phone call one day. She was like, I watched this film. You should do it for Critical Free because it's like really popular on Netflix. I was like, okay. So then I obviously had a Google of it to see what it's about and that. And then I saw the ratings. So I was like, critically crap, perfect. And it is critically crap because I'm sorry, Mum, because I know you kind of enjoyed it, but I did not at all in the slightest. But I find it really, really irritating. The whole film, it was very like,
yeah,
it wasn't complicated in the slightest bit, and it tried to be. It was trying to be complicated, but it just wasn't. Like I say, there's just bits in it where you knew later down the line that was going to come into play. I called the reason why the woman, the little girl, could sleep, because that was the whole thing. She could sleep, so they basically wanted to test on her to find a cure. I called it. Obviously, she was the only one that really died in that car crash. But that's basically what it was. So because she went unconscious and basically died for a couple of seconds before getting resuscitated, her thing reset or whatever, and that means she didn't have that thing where it's stopping her from sleeping, basically. So at the end of the film, spoilers again, so it's just going to be spoilers, guys, by the way, just to let you know. But
because I didn't watch it, what was it that caused the thing? Or was it just a freak?
Oh no, it didn't tell you.
Oh, no, so that wouldn't have annoyed me.
Yeah, he didn't find out.
That would have annoyed me. Like I said, the film annoyed me a bit anyway.
There was like a throwaway kind of reason and excuse for it, which was given by the blonde-haired doctor towards the end of the film, and she was like, "Oh, it was a solar flare that knocked out and changed the calibration of the electric and the way our minds work." It was just kind of like a throwaway. It was like, oh, really? We don't have a good reason for it, so we'll just chuck that in and hope for the best and hope that you don't mind. Also, a lot of the film played on the fact that people were losing their mind because the sleep was an issue. Sleep deprivation was kind of taking toll. Yeah. So they were kind of not thinking straight and losing their mind and whatnot. And it just made for easy excuses for the filmmakers, I felt, in certain bits where it's just you just kind of go in, why? And then you say you had an interview with the director and you went, why did that happen, mate? And he would just go, oh, mate, they're a bit messed up, aren't they? Because they can't sleep in that, can they? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, they can't sleep, mate, so they're a bit messed up, but not really giving you an answer. It was like that sort of thing.
Yeah. Why are they freaking out?
They're tired, mate. They're tired. But it was just irritating. There was a really, what I was going to mention earlier, there was a really, really like awkward bit of dialogue, and it was just weird. So there's this bit where the son in it, or the brother, whichever way you want to look at it, he has a lighter, a clip, what you call them, Zippo lighter, and not sponsored, and he basically gets out and he's got engraved on it some girl's name. I can't remember the girl's name, but it got engraved on it a girl's name, and his sister or the daughter goes, "Oh, is that your girlfriend?" And he's like, yeah, it's my ex-girlfriend now. And then the sister, who must be, 10 or 11, goes, "Oh, did you ever do it with her?" And you're thinking, hold up. Whoa. I mean, that's the first question I'd ask as well. Like, what? It was just weird.
Let me guess. Sleep. You're too tired, that's why you're asking me.
Yeah, but she wasn't even tired, mate. She was able to have kit once she was a daughter, so... But, mate, it was just like, What are you asking that? You're about 12 at maximum. And she's asking about that. And then he goes, "Oh, no, what are you talking about? It's stupid." And then there's like, the mum pulls up. And then the daughter straight away goes, "Oh, think he hasn't had sex yet." And you're like, "Hey up, neither of you, like, chill out. Jesus Christ, stop picking on the guy." Like, it's just weird. It was just a weird thing.
If I was that mum, my 10-year-old said that to my son, it must be about 16. I'm like, what on earth are you telling her? She's 12.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. She'll be talking about that crap.
Mate, there's so many points where it was just the played up the age of the little girl. Like, there was a bit where she goes to the church, and the priest is basically talking nonsense to her, and he talks to her about his drug addiction, how he's addicted to drugs. It's like a 10-year-old girl or 12-year-old girl. He's like, oh yeah, I found the Lord when I was addicted to drugs. Yeah, I used to shoot it up me every bloody fortnight, mate, and I was bad me. Oh, I tell you, I didn't get. Proper going into detail. You're thinking, bloody hell, she's like 12. Yeah, you're basically a walking advert for drugs, aren't you? Like, chill out, Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's just really awkward stuff. Really awkward stuff.
Like, I don't know. Is it tempted to turn it back on and go watch it? Is it worth finishing for these bad parts?
It is, mate. It is, because it's that bad that it's like funny. There was parts where I was just going. I just had my head in my hands going, why? Like, why is that? What? Now, one thing that I will praise about the film, I do want to like do a positive on it, a praise, is the action. When there was an action, it was interesting the way that it was filmed. Obviously, you know this, Tyler, because you saw the car crash in the water and that.
That was great. As soon as that went on, I'll be honest with you, I thought, here we go. It reminded me a bit of something like maybe like Zack Snyder's original Dawn of the Dead. Or something like that. I don't know just how it was filmed, but yeah, it was good. It was shot good.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. It was kind of, I don't know, like a bird had flown into the car and was just kind of there. I don't know how to describe it. It was just kind of like a.
Did you? I felt like I was in the car because like the way it was shot and even the sound, like whoever did the sound for that scene got it absolutely bang on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're quite right. Yeah, it's like you said.
And you can hear the water on the glass, and it was really good.
Yeah, especially that scene. You feel like you sat in the passenger seat. There's a scene a little bit further on, where again they're in a car, and essentially they get like stopped. It's such a quick scene, like it's not really relevant. It's just to show that the world's kind of gone to crap, I guess. But it's like a roadblock, and it's a gang of people that have got some people tied up, and they kind of stop them, and they're smashing the windows on the car, and you're getting all this again from inside of the car, like the water scene.
Yeah.
You're getting it all from inside the car and looking at different things and stuff like that. Like you're kind of looking around. Cool, really cool, really good. It's different. It's not the same old kind of stuff, action in it. It's kind of different, which I guess I kind of vibe. I like that. But yeah, then the end again. It was just go on.
No, go continue.
The end is just daft again. So they have a chimp on the table, which has got its brain cut open because they're testing on the chimp. And the chimp is CGI, and the little girl goes and holds its hand, and then it looks at her like properly, like with like emotion on its face, and you think, hey, it's realistic, isn't it? Then it all kind of goes to pot in this little kind of hub, as they call it, the hub that and it kind of goes pot to pot, and everyone they all start hallucinating apparently, all at the same time, just like that, all start hallucinating, think that someone's attacking the camp. There was a pine cone that dropped from a tree. This is where it started, mate. Pine cone dropped from the tree. Some guy shouts, "Grenade!" That was where it started.
Great bit of dialogue.
Yeah, grenades! Quick, get down! Ah!
Do you know what makes me laugh? Right, when you was on about the chimp. Yeah, I literally just thinking, so you got this film Awake, it's about the end of the world. Turns out, little monkey fella.
Carl Pilkington story. It was literally like Carl Pilkington story. Yeah, it turns out Monkey was an evil mastermind at the end of it, and he sat there with his white cat, turns around on his chair.
Look at this girl, all sad and everything. Turns out, little monkey fella.
But it was just, and then that whole thing was just kind of like, it was just manic. There wasn't really you kind of got like your few like close shaves of the mum nearly getting shot and all that, and I was just kind of like, okay, let's get this over and done with now. I want to kind of know what happens, and then at that point, for some reason, the brother or the son, he's playing with electrics, mate. He's just decided that he's all of a sudden an electrician, and he wants to play with electric with a fork or something in his hand. And he just decides to jab it in to these wires. And then he gets shocked and dies. Then basically they resuscitate him, and then that's how they find out that it's when you die you get reset and you can sleep again. Because he's decided, I'll shove a fork in a bit of electric. And I was just why couldn't it have been like he got shot and there was like a doctor about, and this doctor was not insane. The doctor was there. The doctor was there to kind of have that. At the end, the doctor basically kills the woman by leaving air. That was another thing, another plant in the film. Apparently this little girl, the little daughter, knows exactly how to inject herself because you got to like let the air out, otherwise it could kill you. So basically that was a plant earlier on in the film, so then it could happen at the end of the film, another plant. So basically, the doctor's still there. The doctor's like crawled up in a corner. It could have been where it could have still been the son, the brother, and he could have got shot. The doctor could have solved his injury, but he died, and then they resuscitated him, and then that was it. That would have been more realistic, more down with the time, rather than just going, let's play with some electrics. You know what I mean? It was just it was so dumb, mate. But hey, Netflix, if that's the sort of film you're interested in, I've got a film for you as well. Because if that can get on there, any film that I think of, mate, can get on there as well. So we may as well just make some crappy films, Tyler, and then just go to Netflix straight away because they'll accept us. So we'll make. And
like I said, I'm finishing Frank next month, so we'll send that in.
Yeah, send that in. Yeah, because that'll definitely get accepted, mate. If this Awake got accepted, I mean, Frank's got all the chance in the world. We'll do a bloody Critical Free documentary. Nobody knows about Critical Free yet, but Netflix works.
Come on, Netflix. Let's get a spot. We'll be bigger than Tiger King.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But just.
Do you know what? Going back to what you said about planting things, as soon as kind of the mum gets out of the car, it's like first 3 minutes of the film where she goes to pick the kids up. Her mum goes, "I've not been sleeping again, have we?" It's just
yeah.
All
it's
that.
kind of.
Obviously, I know the film's called Awake, so it's something to do with some kind of sleep. But it's just like everything was just to settle. But it was an excuse for character building, or when it wasn't. It was just like, do you know what I mean? It was just like just loads of different things kind of just put together to try and make something.
That's another thing. Like the time scale of the film is really weird because you've got obviously the first day where she's clearly been at work, and then she goes and picks up the kids. She supposedly sleeps in the car, but doesn't sleep in the car. But you get like you get a fade to black and then a fade out as if she's been to sleep. So I don't know what that's about. Essentially that's like your first day that she hasn't been asleep. Say that night from her work, right? Yeah. And then she went to work. So she didn't sleep that night. She went to work, and then so one night, right? Then you have the second night, where they're travelling to basically the library. Then the third night passes.
Yeah.
But they're claiming that the library night is the fourth night. And I was like, hey, where's the other two nights gone? There was no like there was no like passing of time really represented at all.
Or anything.
Yeah, there was nothing to say other than her going, it's been 4 days since I slept now, just throwing that in there. Again, like basically trying to feed you the information rather than you kind of having to pick it out yourself. it was just a constant. It was just an easy watch film because they were just spoon feeding you everything that you needed to know, and that's kind of what took away from it. Was you weren't having to work out anything yourself. They were just spoon feeding you every single thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but there you go. So it is critically crap, and it deserves to be.
Yeah,
it deserves to
which
be
is the third
cacked on by
out of the
critics.
two critics. Yeah, sorry, my fault. My Skype was supposed to keep freezing a bit, but yeah, out of the two critically craps, I think this is the first one that we've gone. Yeah, this is critically crap because I don't think we gave Capone the title, did we?
I don't think we did in the end, no.
But yeah. So guys, has any of you watched it? Obviously, some Netflix films are really good. Obviously, you got The Irishman. Obviously, there's a lot to say about it, but it is still a pretty decent film. But if you guys watched it, leave a comment below. What did you think? Is it an easy watch? Josh's mum, I think Josh said you watched it. Do you totally disagree with what we're saying? And if so, that's brilliant. Everyone's entitled to the views. But yeah, it's I said I fell asleep, so I can't really say too much. But yeah, it struggled to keep me engaged.
The fact that you fell asleep, mate, just pains me because I put myself through that. Do you know how tired I am right now? But I did it for Critical 3, and you just come on here and go.
Did you?
And you just come on here and go, I fell asleep, mate. I'm just thinking, I could have done the same now. I could have done the same. But look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. I'm awake, mate. I'm part of the film. I'm part of the film. All right. So you're
hallucinating. We're not really doing the Critical 3.
Oh, don't do that to me, mate. Jesus Christ. I start spinning. There they are. But there you go. So
Stay away from electrical forks.
Yeah. I just decided to. Yeah. There's the extension cable down here. Let me just stick a fork in it. But yeah. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a watch if you want to watch a bad film. There's an easy watch, and you want to just kind of like laugh at a film. Go and watch Awake. Sorry, Netflix, mate, but it's a laughable film. Anyway, that's my piece. Anything more to add, Tyler?
No, all I have to add is obviously thank you guys for watching. This has been critically crap, something a little bit different to what we normally do, but mixing up content. If you have liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Of course, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Share it with your friends, and most of all, that little notification bell, so you get a little notification when our next video is out. I'll give the actual film rating wise. If you stuck around after that spiel from Tyler. Yeah. Oh, spiel. There you go. 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10. I'm gonna give it. From what I you can't give it a rating. Shut up. Anyway, goodbye. See you on the next one. Cheerio.